Welcome to episode 11 in our deep dive series on the book, The Power of Positive Thinking. I'm really excited to get into this one today.
Yeah, me too. There's some incredibly practical stuff for you to apply here.
There really is. And to kick things off, I want to start with a concept that feels completely counterintuitive.
Okay, let's hear it.
So there is this doctor's observation in the text that a staggering number of people walking into medical clinics today do not actually need physical medicine.
Right, what they actually need are better thought patterns.
Exactly. And speaking of thought patterns, I noticed this wild linguistic quirk in the text today. Did you know the word holiness literally derives from a word meaning wholeness?
Oh, wow. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, it is fascinating. And maybe even more interestingly, the word meditation shares an incredibly close root with the word medication.
That is a really powerful connection. I mean, it gets right to the root of what the author is arguing here. Yeah, it suggests that sincere, practical meditation does not just, calm you down temporarily. It acts as an actual physical medication for the body by repairing the mind.
Wow.
It completely changes how we define what it means to be healthy.
But hold on, I struggle with this a little bit. If someone comes in with a very real physical ailment like high blood pressure, how can we possibly say they just need to change their thought patterns?
That sounds dismissive, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, isn't that ignoring actual medical science?
Well, it sounds like it, but the book is actually outlining a combined therapy. It is definitely not saying to throw away your prescription.
Okay, that is good to clarify.
It is pointing out the underlying mechanism of how the body operates. When your mind is steeped in repressed fear, guilt, or resentment, your nervous system essentially gets locked in a state of fight or flight.
Oh, so it is a chronic stress response.
Exactly. And that chronic stress physically alters your body. It tightens your blood vessels, which literally drives up your blood pressure.
So treating just the physical symptom without addressing the mental disharmony is, it is like bailing water out of a boat without plugging the hole.
That is exactly it.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. The physical disease is the symptom, and the mental disharmony is the root cause.
Right. And the text points out two massive culprits for this mental disharmony.
Which are anxiety and regret.
Yes. Anxiety, which is just fearing a future that has not happened yet, and regret, which is an impossible attempt to emotionally change the past.
So is holding on to regret essentially like trying to rewrite a movie script after the film has already been released to theaters?
That is a perfect analogy, yes. The film is already out and the scenes are locked.
Right.
But what people with heavy regret do is sit in the dark theater and force themselves to rewatch that exact same painful movie 50 times in a row.
Just constantly criticizing the plot every single time.
Precisely.
You cannot rewrite the old script, but you can choose whether you are going to sit in that theater forever or, walk out and start writing the sequel.
Exactly. Yeah. And walking out requires a complete spiritual surrender. You have to let go of those past errors without bitterness.
Which is much easier said than done.
Oh, absolutely. But you harmonize medical science with a sincere willingness to accept what happened so your nervous system can finally stand down and begin to heal.
So how do you actually walk out of that theater on a random Tuesday morning? Because the book gives a specific micro-habit for this.
It does. The exact millisecond you notice your brain starting to spiral into worry or stress, you have to stop, physically relax your muscles, and pray or center your mind.
But psychologically, interrupting that kind of deeply ingrained neural pathway is incredibly difficult.
It is incredibly difficult because those neural pathways are like well-worn grooves in a dirt road. Your brain naturally wants to follow the path of least resistance.
Which is usually the anxiety.
Right. But by stopping the very second the stress begins, you're actively refusing to drive down that rut. You force the brain to pave a new, calmer path.
Wow.
And this ties directly into the author's instruction to work hard but easily.
I love that phrase so much. Work hard but easily. It shifts the whole paradigm.
It really does.
Instead of grinding your gears, gritting your teeth, and forcing outcomes out of sheer panic, you tackle your daily tasks from a grounded state of flow.
And that flow state is crucial because of the underlying law of this entire philosophy. As the book states in a real standout power, quote, what we believe in the subconscious we usually get.
Wait, really? What we believe in the subconscious we usually get?
Yes. If your subconscious is quietly running a script of fear, inadequacy, and disease, that is the exact reality your actions and your physiology are going to produce.
Because you are constantly cueing your body to align with that hidden fear. So how do we rewrite that subconscious script?
By introducing intentional stillness, the text offers another deeply grounding quote. Be still and know that I am God.
That is beautiful.
It is. And regardless of your specific religious beliefs, the mechanism here is universal. Stillness is the absolute antidote to the frantic, anxious energy that causes physical disharmony.
It gives your subconscious a chance to reset from fear to wholeness.
Okay, good.
That is a massive shift in perspective. So, as we bring this deep dive to a close, I want to leave you, the listener, with a question to chew on today.
It's a good one.
If our subconscious truly dictates the reality we experience, what subtle, anxious scripts did you inherit from your past that you are still unknowingly playing today?
Yeah, it might be time to examine those scripts.
Definitely. Practice that intentional stillness and finally walk out of the theater. Thank you so much for joining us, and remember to like and subscribe to get notified about the next episode.